prophecy was coming to man. All I know is something's going on down in Bethlehem. There's something going on down in Bethlehem. The baby came to save the world. They say he is the Son of God, the great I am, and he's got the whole town in a whirl. I heard he started building a kingdom from a manger I don't understand, but there's something going on down in Bethlehem. Now just take some time and try to imagine if all of what they're saying is fact, that his mother would stop to deliver on the journey to be taxed, and they're calling him the promised Messiah. They say he's got the name of a man. When I heard it was Jesus, something inside of me changed. There's something going on down in Bethlehem. The baby came to save the world. They say he is the Son of God, the great I am, and he's got the whole town in a whirl. I heard he started building a kingdom from a manger I don't understand, but there's something going on down in Bethlehem. There's something going on, something going on. The baby came to save the world. The Son of God, the great I am, and he's got the whole town in a whirl. I know, I don't understand. There's something going on down in Bethlehem. Oh, there's something going on down in Bethlehem. Something going on down in Bethlehem.
Excuse me, young man.
Me?
Yes, you're in my way.
Yes, Miss Pettytype.
Do you mind?
I didn't do it, Miss Pettytype! Am I in big, bad, nasty trouble?
No, not now that you've moved out of my way. Children, you can't sew sense onto them like you can sew clothes onto them.
Merry Christmas, Miss Pettytight. Did you hear the bells just now, Miss Pettytight? I was thinking, we could all sing a carol for you. You've been working so hard, you didn't hear the bells and the music. We'll sing a carol just for you.
Oh, no, please, don't do that. I'm really very busy. You must be very busy, too. Thank you anyway.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Oh, bring us some figgy pudding. Oh, bring us some figgy pudding. Oh, bring us some figgy pudding and bring some out here. We won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some. So bring some out here. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Oh,
was lovely, beautiful. Thank you. Now I really must get back to work. Help yourselves and just leave the tray there. Seriously. My angel! It's gone! Someone's stolen my angel!
Here it comes.
I just can't believe someone would do this. Oh, thank you.
Oh, whoa there, young man. You better watch where you're going.
Peter, Frankie, I've been worried.
Folks, can one of you direct me to Miss Pettitight?
I'm Miss Pettitight.
Oh, Miss Pettitight. I'm very pleased to meet you. My name is Talleyrite. I need to speak with you about something quite important.
Now?
Yes, I'm afraid so. You see, I work for Mr. Brewster Brown over at Brown Brothers Bookstore.
Mr. Tallywright, if you're trying to sell me something, this is not a good time.
Oh, no, Miss Pettitight. I'm not trying to sell anything. You see, this is in regard to the incident that happened last night.
Incident? Oh, mercy. Watch out. I don't think I can handle much
Oh,
more.
my dear lady, are you all right?
Someone stole her beautiful angel.
Oh, no.
Right off her door.
Oh.
In broad daylight.
I wanted to get here sooner. I'm so sorry you've had such a shock, Miss Pettitight.
No, it's all right. I'll be fine. I feel funny making a fuss over some silly angel. It wasn't worth very much. It was very old. I only kept it because it belonged to my mother. Her mother, my grandmother, made it, and now it.
Oh, here.
Oh, thank you. Well, now, I'm fine. Truly, I am. And, well, I have a lot of work to do. Look at me. Sitting here, wasting time over something so trivial. You must think I'm ridiculous, Mr. Tallywright.
I don't think you're ridiculous at all.
Nevertheless, I have taken up too much of everyone's time, and during such a busy season, too. Oh, it is high time I got back to work.
You'll be needing this.
Yes, of course I will. I can't do a thing without this.
Mr. Tallywright.
Can I do anything else? Will you be all right?
Perfectly fine. I didn't mean to cause such a commotion.
You, Mr. Tallywright, aren't you forgetting something?
It was a pleasure meeting you, Miss Talleyrite.
No. This is Miss Pettitight.
Yes, of
and
course.
you're Tallywright.
Uh-huh.
You're really messing this up, Mr. Tallywright.
Why? Oh, what did I say?
You've been so busy with the chit-chat, you forgot about this.
Oh, right. Oh, Miss Pettitight, if you could spare a few more moments.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. I came into town this morning for two reasons. I needed to find Miss Pettitight, and I wanted to speak to all of you.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. You had something important you needed to talk about. And here I've taken all your time on my little problem. Forgive me, sir.
You don't need to apologize, Miss Pettitight. I came at an awkward time. I understand how you feel.
So anyway, like you were saying,
Yes, I understand how you feel. I mean, that is, I understand because your missing angel is related to the incident that happened last night at the bookstore.
here it comes. Bad trouble. Right here.
Yes, right here. What incident at the bookstore? Do you know who took my angel?
Yes, I do.
Oh,
Please, let me explain this in an orderly manner with the precise facts.
Mind if I sit down? This could take a while.
Miss Pettitight, I'd like you to meet Frankie.
Oh, pleased to meet you. I always thought you do such great work.
And the young man over here, this is Peter.
How do you do?
Now, this all started yesterday. Peter and Frankie were talking after the villagers finished singing and decorating the whole town. And may I say, you've done such a wonderful job this year. The town looks absolutely beautiful. Your house is particularly festive, Miss Pettityte?
Chit-chat, Mr. Tallywright. Can we please stay on the subject here?
Yes. So it seems that Peter and Frankie concluded that Brown Brothers could use some sprucing up. They thought it would be a very considerate thought to decorate for Mr. Brown. I'm sure we all would agree this is a very nice gesture. But please understand, they got a bit excited and acted impulsively. Miss Pettityte, Peter and Frankie should have spoken with you first. They meant no harm, but they took your angel.
Here it comes. Bad, nasty trouble.
Who are you?
This is my friend George, Mr. Tallywright. He worries an awful lot.
George, yes. As I was saying, they took your angel.
Borrowed. We only borrowed it. Well, we needed to be precise, and I wrote a note to go with it so that the angel could tell Mr. Brown about Christmas and God's son Jesus.
Well then, where's the angel? I don't see it over there at Brown Brothers. In fact, that place looks worse than ever. Looks to me like a window's broken.
Folks, one thing at a time, please. Peter and Frankie came to the bookstore last night to place Miss Pettityte's angel above Brown Brothers' window. In their eagerness to do such a nice thing for Mr. Brown.
Oh, please. They're not heroes.
I'm sorry to say there was some confusion about the burglars, and Mr. Brown's window was broken. And yes, he did become very upset.
Did he try to eat you?
No, everything worked out great. Peter and I are working at Brown Brothers to pay for the broken window. I think Mr. Brown is getting used to us, don't you?
This wasn't supposed to happen.
I'm sorry we took your angel without asking you, Miss Pettityte.
But we only borrowed it. And here's the good part of the whole story, Miss Pettityte. This morning, Mr. Tallywright found your angel under a tree. See? She's back!
So she is.
She looked like she had a rough night.
Don't worry. I can help you clean her up, Miss Pettityte. It's too bad she never gave Miss Brown the good news.
She what?
You know how the angels came and told the shepherds about Jesus' birthday? Frankie had the idea that maybe your angel could tell Mr. Brown about God's son Jesus, God's love, the true meaning of Christmas, and everything.
The note Frankie referred to earlier, she and Peter were going to leave the note with the angel at the bookstore for Mr. Brown.
Yeah, so your angel could tell Mr. Brown just like the real angels told Mary and Joseph and the shepherds. You know, like this. Hey, Mr. Brown, I bring you great tidings of good joy.
It's supposed to be good tidings of great joy. And the angel that said it wasn't all muddy and ragged. Just look at that nasty thing.
I think you sounded fine, Frankie. And I think it's very commendable that you try to share God's love with Mr. Brown.
Yeah, but things didn't work out too well. I'm sorry we didn't ask to borrow your angel, Miss Pettityte, but I'm really sorry that Mr. Brown doesn't know about God's love.
Perhaps we can change that. Here's where all of you come in. Peter and Frankie had an idea this morning. They want to include Mr. Brown in our Christmas Eve service.
He's never come to any town gathering, ever. In fact, he hardly leaves his bookstore. There's no way he's coming to church.
That's why this year we're going to have Christmas Eve service at Brown Brothers.
You can't do that! Christmas Eve is supposed to be in a church! It's not supposed to be in a bookstore!
And shepherds aren't supposed to see angels, and babies aren't supposed to be born in a manger. Not everything happens the way it's supposed to, Victoria.
Well, listen here, Francis. I'm Mary, and Peter's Joseph, and that's one thing that is going to happen like it's supposed to, even if we have to do it in a barn.
Well, what's wrong with a barn? That's where it really did happen, you know.
Tell me, is Mr. Brown happy about this little plan of yours?
He doesn't know yet. We want to surprise him.
Oh no, I don't think Mr. Brown likes surprises.
But this might help him begin to understand how much he needs God's love. Mr. Brown has, well, he's closed his heart to God and to people. But God hasn't closed his heart for Mr. Brown. Even when we push God away or try to ignore him, he still loves us. And he'll find a way to show us his love.
People sure tried to push Jesus away when he was here, but he still died on the cross to show us that he loves us and that he wants us to spend the rest of our lives with him. That's why the angels were so loud when they invited folks to Jesus' birthday. They had something to yell about.
But this is impossible. How do you think you're going to do this?
I just happen to have a list. There's something for everyone to do. Several of you can paint. We need some hay. We'll need help moving books, lots of help. And we need to get the manger from the church, and we'll need help cleaning up afterward. I'll make sure Mr. Brown is out of the bookstore before the service so that we can get ready. Now, we've only got 5 days, so let's get busy. Right, good. Oh, Miss Pettitight,
Yes.
I wanted to thank you for your very gracious response to Peter and Frankie's apology. It takes someone special to see beyond the surface.
Well, their intentions were good. And besides, it's difficult to be angry at Frankie.
Her enthusiasm is contagious. Do you think your angel can be repaired?
Oh. Well, I'm sure I can sew something, but this is Belgian lace. You don't know how I'd replace it. What I'd really like to do, if it's all right with you, is sew a costume for the Christmas Eve service.
A costume? We have plenty of costumes we use every year at the church.
Not like what I have in mind. I'd like to surprise Frankie with an angel costume.
An angel costume? We've never had an angel at the manger scene at our Christmas Eve service.
And we've never had Christmas Eve service in a bookstore before.
Frankie did want an angel to tell Mr. Brown the good news of Christmas.
And she certainly puts her heart into the lines.
Yes, but there's not supposed to be an angel at the manger.
Didn't you hear, Mr. Tallywright? Not everything happens the way it's supposed to.
Oh.
Mr. Brown, tell me again which volume you need.
Volume 82.
What?
Volume 82! Tallywright, how many more days until the broken glass is paid for?
82. Could you hand me the scissors?
Well, good.
Peter!
What?
Hey, Mr. Brown, I found volume 14. Will that do?
No! Volume 82! Tallywright, what did you say?
The scissors, please. Oh, thank you. Oh, good. This delivery is ready for you.
Look, never mind the scissors. How many more days until the broken glass is paid for?
This doesn't feel like books. It's too light.
Oh, that's because it's not.
Is that Miss Pettitight's name on it?
Oh, what a silly mistake. Where'd I put my pencil? Oh, of course.
Guess what? I found volume 36.
I understand, Mr. Tallywright. Is there anything else you need me to do?
Yes. Take Frankie with you and leave her there.
Right by her door, and don't be seen.
All right.
You know, maybe you should go with him, Mr. Tallywright. It looks like you could use some fresh air.
Hey, did you hear me? Volume 36.
Did you hear me? Volume 82! Look at him. The lamps are lit, but nobody's home. Tallywright! What is the matter with you, man?
Yes, Mr. Brown, was there something you wanted?
Yes, I want my efficient assistant back. Do you have any idea where he's gone?
Of course.
I need peace and quiet. Return to my bookstore. I want everybody to go away and leave me alone.
Sure, definitely.
So you don't want 36 at all? Don't you need 36 before 82?
I better go check on that inventory.
Mr. Brown, are you having a bad morning?
My world has turned into a lunatic asylum. This cannot be a permanent arrangement.
Mr. Brown, have you read all of these books?
Yes, most of them.
Wow, I never knew anyone as smart as you.
Well, I haven't read volume 82 yet.
Hey, look at this. A Bible. Have you read this one, Mr. Brown?
Oh, that. Quite some time ago.
Yeah? Then you already know about God's Son Jesus and that He came here and died for us. When did you read it?
I don't recall.
Aw, come on. What was your favorite part?
I didn't pay that much attention.
Why not? God wrote this book, Mr. Brown. It's more important than all of these.
Is everything all right?
You are going to tell me what's important? Young lady, I am a scholar. I have devoted my life to research and the pursuit of knowledge.
Well, what good is that if you don't know God?
Excuse me, I do not need God or anybody else.
Everybody needs God because nobody is perfect. We're all the same. Sin in our hearts separates us from God.
You and I are not the same. There is quite a difference between intellectual levels. Try reading a few books.
Do any of these books say how much God loves you? Do they say why Jesus died for you? Do any of them say how you get peace in your heart?
Let's talk about this calmly.
You don't know what you're talking about, and I refuse to sit here and listen to an unenlightened, obnoxious little pest!
Frankie, we can talk about this later.
Maybe I am a pest, but I do know what I'm talking about because Jesus lives in my heart. I know you're smarter than me. Your head is full of things I don't know. But I feel sorry for you, Mr. Brown, because your head is full, but your heart is empty.
I'm almost done here, Mr. Brown. We need to close the shop soon. It is Christmas Eve. I sent Peter and Frankie home about an hour ago. They've been helpful, don't you think?
Help!
I'm sorry.
Goodness. Oh, may I help you?
Yes, I'm here to see Mr. Tallywright.
What? Oh, Miss Pettytide, I didn't see you come in. I didn't expect you this early. I mean, that is, it's a pleasure to see you. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Tallywright.
Right. Mr. Brown, may I introduce Miss Pettytide? Miss Pettytide, Mr. Brewster Brown.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Brown.
Yes, ma'am.
Speaking of Christmas, it is Christmas Eve and time to close the shop.
But we have a customer.
Oh, Miss Pettytide? Oh, no, she's not a customer. Now, Mr. Brown, the new glass for the window is ready, and only you can sign for it. Could you go pick it up?
Now?
Yes, now would be fine. Now would be perfect.
But what about Miss Pettytide?
Oh, she'll be all right.
fine. You
I'll
go
take
ahead.
care of it.
It was a pleasure meeting you, Mr. Brown.
One more arm.
I have to go pick up the new glass now.
Yes, right now. Now is precisely the right time.
And you're not a customer.
No, not exactly.
I'm not so old as all that, you know. I see what's going on here.
You do?
Tallywright, if you want to be alone with your lady friend, just let me know.
Oh.
In fact, next time, let me know you have a lady friend. Well, that certainly explains some things. 5 days of very odd behavior indeed. Tallywright with a lady friend. Who knew? what she sees in him, besides his coat buttons.